Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Blows. My name's Whittaker, and today proud to be at the Brentwood Centre for Johnny Clarke's and Top Tier's Discipline shows. Joined with the main man, as always, Andy Clarke. Andy, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Andy, one question I failed to ask you when I saw you at the 5v5. It was in my mind, and we had a little bit of a conversation there, and I can see you smiling. And I believe the world wants to know what happened with the little, I wouldn't call it a verbal debate slash confrontation, but what happened to you and Ben Whittaker?
Yeah, the people have been asking me about this a lot. To be honest, I mean, not really that much happened. In his last fight, which was early February, we were discussing during the fight, really, we were kind of debating what is and what isn't acceptable when it comes to showboating. And the stance I've always had on it is that showing off is not against the rules. So if you're going to move extravagantly, all that kind of thing, dance, stick your tongue out, whatever it is, that's no problem. But for me, if you tap somebody on the top of the head, you are fouling them, and it's the most harmless foul ever. You're not trying to gain an advantage or do them any damage, but that is a foul because it's the inside of the glove. It's a foul. You're deliberately fouling somebody, and that for me is disrespecting the rules of the ring if you deliberately choose to foul someone. And I think I said it on air. That for me is a bit too much. I would say that's disrespectful. I wasn't, I didn't say it in any real condemnatory way, but obviously, anyway, look, he didn't like that, and that's fine. He's perfectly at liberty to like and not like whatever he pleases. And my stance to this job has always been the same. I get to say what I say, critiquing what other people do, namely fighters, trainers too. So it would be insane for me to object to other people critiquing what I do. That just makes no logical sense to me at all. So I'm fine with anyone bringing anything to my attention, so long as they do it in a civil way, which he did. He was a little bit touchy because obviously it was something that had been on his mind. But I wish we had longer to discuss it, basically, because conversations are good, discussion is good. Back and forth, I think, between us, media, and athletes is good. I don't think there's enough of it, to be honest.
And one thing I saw, I've watched his behind the scenes on YouTube, and the referee told him countless occasions, you've got to respect your opponent because he's here. Without him, you wouldn't have a job to do tonight and you wouldn't have a fight, and do not disrespect him. And then we go a few minutes later in the behind the scenes and he's done all of that. I agree with you. The showboat and the spinning around is here and there in a sport. He done it in his last fight against Leon Willings, I believe it was. So, in your personal opinion, you're not trying to gain an advantage there. You're not trying to hit him on the back of the head. But how do you see it when someone hits someone or taps someone on the top of the head?
Well, it's a foul, isn't it? It's a foul, and you're deliberately fouling them and choosing to deliberately break the rules of the ring. I think that is disrespectful of just the occasion of the sport of your opponent. Because when you walk to the ring, when you sign for a fight, what you're basically saying to each other is, we will go in there and as best we can, we will adhere to the rule. It's a referee, and it's his job or her job to make sure you stick to them. But it's a verbal contract. That's what, as sports people, you're saying, I believe we will, as best we can choose to break. However, but it is still that. So for me, it's really kind of a rules issue more than anything else. And
there's no physical or verbal competition with you and him after, and you're completely fine after.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, the clip, if you watch the stream, then you would have seen at the end we shook hands. The clip that went out didn't show that, I don't think for any reason. He just, whoever did it just, the shorter the better often, isn't it? So, there was no problem. I spoke with the amateurs. I didn't go and try and speak to him about it a couple of days afterwards because he was getting ready to. I saw him at the amateurs last Saturday, and as soon as I saw him, I thought, okay, well, just went straight over and just said, well done, that's fine now. I enjoyed our interaction 5 weeks, by the way, because whatever you say to do it, it's not a problem. I genuinely believe that more of that just makes for good viewing, because like I say, we get to say what we want to say. I mean, what you don't want is a dynamic where athletes are young, aren't they? They're in their 20s, I'm in my 40s, and you don't want to kind of you don't want to kind of like teach and principle kind of vibe going on where it's like, oh, we're in charge and we get to say what we want and you can't answer back. That's bullshit. That's not, I don't think that's what anybody wants to do.
Before we conclude and talk about tonight, I did ask you on 5v5, but how cool would it feel? Miss Ali Drew, Alex Stephen, and St. George Rose are going to be commentating.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I've known Alex for ages. I've known them all I've worked with them all plenty. It's going to be fun.
And what stands out to you on the card for tonight?
I mean, there's a lot of good facts on the card. You know, the featherweight title. Amy Andrews, somebody who I know from back in the amateurs, she's got a really kind of good amateur story. In that she kind of switched to New Zealand and looked to try and qualify for the Olympics. And that way, as recently as late last year, I think she went to the Olympic trials. Essentially, that didn't quite work out. I'm kind of fascinated by Stelios Papadopoulos, by his kind of duo. He was in America, then he was in Greece, then COVID happened. Now he's in the UK. I need to check up on that with Johnny Clarke. And it's always interesting when you've got a debutant in the full round that is stuck in as chief support, because you know that they must be able to sell tickets and you know that they must know something about it. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, so Brad actually quite looking forward to seeing him too, because he's a firefighter with RAF. And he's got a Jamie shoulder. He must pay me a few things. A couple of years ago, so yeah, I'm interested to see what he's got. He's coming from a part of the country where fighters, well, there aren't that many fighters basically, but when they do turn up, they can be really well supported, like Brad Balls, Chris Smith. You know, you can come from a part of the UK where there might not be much infrastructure, but if you can capture people's imaginations, I think you can get.
You got the support behind it.
You can really do something.
And just let it go to your Mr. Fan there, and supports you and comes with it.
Just thanks, just being able to
Ladies and gentlemen, Annie Clarke.